Hi y'all, I'm Chase. This is my 2017 Road King with a Milwaukee-Eight 107, affectionately known as Alice. And I am coming back from a visit to my cousin up north. Got to see my my last remaining brother. And I think today, well, the conversation that I had with my cousin was kind of strange, but it was, why does everybody think that if you criticize Harley that you hate them or something? Having a little bit of criticism or something is somehow means that you hate them. I mean, I ride a Harley. Honestly, I don't know how anyone could think that I would hate them, but it seems to be the thing. Criticizing Harley is not the same as hating them. Honestly, it's an American company. I want to see them hang around for as long as possible. And as a consumer, you can criticize anything you want about a company. I mean, if you're a person that buys their product. I like a lot of what Harley does, and some of the stuff I don't like. I know that I made a video criticizing their filters because, well, I had a filter that turned out to be, let's just call it poorly manufactured, and then poorly quality checked. So, but that doesn't mean that I hate them. Doesn't mean I hate Harley or I think that they're a bad company. You know, being critical doesn't mean that they're awful. Mostly I'd like to see them do better. And, you know, for an American company, I don't know if it's just as an American you expect better from them. I would assume that's the way it is for all companies, that, you know, for people that live in a country, I would expect that the Japanese expect, you know, a certain standard or quality when they go out and buy one of their, you know, a Kawasaki or a Honda or a Suzuki or a Yamaha. And I don't think that's a lot to ask. So, but most of the conversation was, you know, you say anything bad and somebody will say, oh, well, that's because you don't ride Harleys and you don't know what they're about. And people get really angry and caught up in that. They can't take a joke. I mean, I did the test rides on the Indians the other day. And when I was test riding them, a couple of Indian guys were, you know, joking about, well, I don't think they were really joking. I think they were being serious. They were like, oh, there's some Harley guys. They really hate guys that like Indians, and, you know, we own Indians, and it's like everybody hates us. You know, I was like, dude, did you notice the vest I'm wearing? It has a big Harley #1 on it. It's the Harley-Davidson vest. You didn't notice the Road King I showed up on? He was like, well, I mean, you're probably different. And I was like, well, actually, I think I think the guys that rag on you are the ones that are probably different. I don't think there's as many of those as you think there are. I think they're just the most vocal. Ooh, I hate this turn in. I hate having to slow down on a freeway with vehicles behind me because I'm always worried they're not paying attention. But anyways, as I was saying, you know, being critical of Harley, it's okay to do that. You know, I would expect Germans to be critical of, you know, a BMW. Or Indians to be critical of a Royal Enfield. You're not going to think it's, I don't know, there is no perfect company. No company is going to make you happy 100% of the time unless, well, even then, unless they're making cookies. But even then, they can screw it up. And I think criticism keeps company's honest. I don't do reviews where I'll give you a glowing review no matter what if you send me a product. If you send me a product and it works and it's really good, then yeah, I'm going to give it a good review. But if it's not good, I'm going to be critical of it. For instance, you know, my crash bar, my engine guard, it wasn't perfectly manufactured, so I was critical of it. My Vance & Hines VO2 air intake, that definitely wasn't perfect. I had to actually drill the holes out a little bit because they weren't properly drilled. They weren't properly aligned. And I mean, it's great now after I got everything done. But having to do that, it doesn't fill you with confidence that the company is on the up and up. Or, you know, I had a Vance & Hines competition 2-in-1 on my dyno. The paint started flaking off. Now, I love the way it sounded, but the quality of the paint on it left a lot to be desired. It's not that the metal was bad, but if you put a finish on something, it shouldn't burn off in 50 or 100, 200 miles. It shouldn't start flaking off. Yeah, I probably could have got some barbecue grill paint and repainted it, but that's not the answer. That's kind of sad, actually, to even have to think of doing something like that from a company like Vance & Hines that their parts are, well, let's just call them what they are. They're expensive. So I know that some people think that, you know, oh God, you can't criticize a company if you're a YouTuber. You'll never get any, you know, sponsorships that way. I don't think that's the case. I think you can get sponsorships, but you won't get the kind of sponsorships where they're literally just trying to sell something and there isn't a lot of belief in their product. They're just trying to sell you something. That's all they're in it for, is the money. They're not in it for the long haul. They're there to make, well, just to make money and get out. There's a lot of companies like that now. And unfortunately, the number grows daily. Everybody's out for, I don't know, out to get their own, I don't know, out for blood, out to make a fast dime. And that's a sad thing to see. And it's not just, you know, it's not bad quality with one company or another. I mean, this is a problem worldwide. It's disheartening. You know, it's like that pride that people had in putting things together. I mean, even if you were, I mean, think about like the 1950s or the 60s. If you built Frigidaires as a living, you took pride in that. I mean, that was something that was special to you. I mean, it was your job. I mean, you took pride in that. Now it's, and I don't think it's just the workers' problems. It's these, you know, it's this constant growth economy crap that, oh, if you're not growing, you're dying. I don't think that's not the way to run a business, I think. You know, there's a reason why Harley has brand loyalty. There's a reason why Honda has brand loyalty. I mean, there's a reason why, like, Samsung. People buy Samsung stuff. I mean, I've got a Samsung refrigerator. I've got a Samsung, you know, washer and dryer. I've got a Samsung oven. And I have those things because, honestly, I bought a Samsung phone, and I'm not easy on phones. I beat the living crap out of them, and they lasted. They took those beatings. So I thought, you know what, next thing, I'll try out one of their TVs. So I tried out a TV. It was great. It still works. And I've had it for over a decade now. A washer and dryer I bought 7 or 8 years ago, still working just fine. But that's, you know, That's how you build brand loyalty. It's not advertising. Everybody thinks advertising is the end-all be-all. Oh, if enough eyeballs see it, if they see it enough, or if we get the catchiest jingle or the, you know, the hottest new celebrity to advertise. No. Especially to people like me, that doesn't mean jack. I could care less. Most celebrities, I can't identify them. And most music, I don't even know who it is. So, reliability and craftsmanship will sell more, I don't know, more product than a catchy jingle or an advertising campaign. It's sad that that's the way it works, but that's you know, that's life. That's the way things are. I mean, it works that way in everything. Literally, I went to a new place to start getting meat, and it's a small place, small farm. They have Longhorn beef. Never had Longhorn beef. Bought some. It might have been some of the best beef I've ever had, except for the stuff that my grandpa slaughtered. So, and I was like 15 years ago I had that, and honestly, I don't know if it was as good or better, but this was some damn good meat. Now that's compared to a grocery store, a local grocery store, and Walmart. It put them to shame. Now granted, it was a couple bucks more, but the meat was so much better. So, but I think, you know, this also boils down to, you know, honest reviewers. Are you going to get an honest review from every person that, you know, is a YouTuber? No, you're not. And that's unfortunate, because with enough money you can buy good publicity, and that's sad. But, you know, if you're a fly-by-night company that's trying to make a couple extra bucks and then get out, well, yeah, great. But when you look at a company like Harley-Davidson, they've been doing it since 1903. The reason that they've been doing it is because they made a quality product for a very, very long time. Something that was infinitely rebuildable, something that would last, something that was simple. And to keep companies honest, you know, a little bit of criticism goes a long way. And it's not just for their benefit, it's for ours too. I guess I'll leave it at that. You know, let me know what you think down in the comments. You know, you've had a very, very good luck with a company or a brand. Like and subscribe, you know, flick that dingling if you want to be notified of any new videos I come out with. All that stuff helps with the YouTube algorithm, and if you are a subscriber, thank you. It means a lot. I don't have many of you, so thanks for watching, and bye y'all.